Dear students, in this particular video tutorial, we are going to deal with the pointers and the arrays concept. So in the arrays, we can define an array as a sequence or series of variables that are stored under a same name. So array in the first POC, we have defined as collection of homogeneous elements where all the elements are referred by a common name. The word homogeneous, we told it as elements belonging to the same data type. So a consecutive series of variables that share one name is called as an array. A quick recap. So declaration of the variable is done in the similar way. Declaration of the arrays should also be done. Like for example, int num5. The subscripts over here or the square brackets over here denotes it is an array. So array is denoted or indicated by the subscript that it is saying us the size of the array or number of elements that can be accommodated into the array. So because the elements are given in the example are 5, that is num of 5, 5 consecutive variables of integer type, that is because of the data type, under the same name called num will be allocated. This is the worthy of the statement that we are telling to the compiler. So num is a array consisting of 5 blocks. We have assumed that the very first element, which is located as index 0, will begin with 1000, then 1004, 1008, 1012 and 1016 are the memory addresses that can be given for the array elements. So as you can see, they are all consecutive. Consecutive means one after another. So why is there is difference between one place and another place by 4? Because integer will occupy 4 bytes of memory space. So 1000 will be shifted when it will be shifted by 4 bytes of memory space. The next allocation will be 1004. Start counting from 1000, 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003 will become 4 bytes of memory space. The next block will be 1004. From 1004 start counting, the next memory block will be 1008. So 1004 to 1007 we will have the memory block. So this is we have understood in the previous classes also. Now how there is a relationship between array and a pointer can be established. Example, which address does the element have? Does it have the num of 0, num of 1 or num of 4, or does it have the memory address? So whenever I refer to the address of num of 0, it will tell me the 1000. Num of 1, it will tell me the 1004. Num of 2, 1008. Similarly, num of 4, 1016. So this is how we can refer to the addresses of the array. Now, talking about the relationship, when the program begins with the array concept, in C++, there will be a implicit pointer that will be created. Implicit in the sense, automatically a pointer will be created which will be pointing to the very first address of the array. That means inside the computer, when I create an array, there will be a pointer created which will point to the element 0th address. In this example, when I create an array int num of 5, there will be a pointer created. The pointer will be pointing to the very first element address, that is 1000, that is equal to num, or that is equals to num of 0, that is address of num of 0. So both the statements are same. So when I say num, without the subscript, it is denoting to the address. When I say address I want to refer, I can be very much specific by placing the ampersand symbol, that is address of operator symbol, and saying that I want to fetch the very first address, that is indexed value as 0. So automatically this will be taken as 0, but this is very much specific type of addresses that we are giving. So num, the constant pointer will be created which will have the value of the starting address of the pointer. So that's how the pointers and the arrays are related. So each and every time an array will be created, a pointer inside the computer will be created that will be pointing to the very first address by using the same name of the pointer without the subscript. Example on the same arithmetical operations that we have discussed in the arithmetical operations that can be performed on pointers. Similarly, there are two types of arithmetical pointers that can be performed, addition and subtraction on the arrays. So if the pointer is increased by 1, that is pointer plus 1, it doesn't mean that it is increased by 1, increased by 1. It is increased by total number of bytes that the data type is going to occupy. So pointer plus 1 is the address of the next element. Okay, so it is not increased by 1, it is increased by, 1 has to come here, it has come over here. So it is increased by the next address, next element's address. So pointer minus 1 is the address of prior, that is previous element's address. So num of 0, that is num is equivalent to num of 0 is equals to 1000. Then when I say this, num of 0 is equals to address of num of 0. Num plus 1 is equals to address of num 1. Num plus 2 is equals to address of num 2, that is element stored. So all these statements can be written either in this format or in this format. Both are equal, referring to the same memory address. So when I say num plus 0, it will be referring to 1000. Similarly, address of num of 0, it will be referring to the 1000 value only. Similarly, when I say num plus 4, that will be referring to 1006, and similarly that address of num of 4 will be referring to the address called 1016. Okay, so that is how the pointers and arrays are been related. So when I perform some operation, then I say num of 0 is equals to 10, that is assigning the value. Num of 1 is equals to 20, num of 2 is equals to 30, num of 3 is equals to 40, and so on. Similarly, this can also be done by using the indirection operator, that is value at operator, we can also say it. That's a pointer operator which is having another meaning, that is called as indirection operator. So when I am pronouncing it, I will be pronouncing it value at num is equals to 10. So what does the num stand for? From the series we have taken that num is equals to address of num of 0. So what I am saying, at an 1000 address, the value is equals to 10, that will be allocated. So these all are same. Okay, then I can say value at num plus 1, that is next memory address, is equals to 20. Value at num plus 2, that is 1000 plus next memory block, and next memory block will be equal to 30. Num of 3, that is 1000 plus 3 blocks or 3 elements traveled, the value at is 40. Similarly, I can even write it like this. I will say value of the pointer can be also be assigned. In the example, num of 5, and the pointer is initialized to the value at num. The value at num is nothing but the address that is been stored. So then I say value at p is equals to 10, assigns it. Value at p plus 1, 20. Similarly, you can even do it like this also by assigning the addresses. Okay, not taking the value at operator, directly taking the subscripts also. These are the possible ways by using which I can relate an array and a pointer. So in all the sequence, you can see I have used the array and the pointer in some or the other way in the box number 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that's a quite relationship between the arrays and the pointers, a tedious one to understand, but once you understand it, it's very easy one. Okay, the basic fundamental is when I store the array, and automatically a pointer will be created that will be pointing to the very first element's address. Okay, after that, if you increase by 1, it will increase by the size of the data type of the variable or the array. Going to the next concept, we have arrays of pointers. Okay, so how the arrays of pointers, what do you mean by array? Collection of, okay, some elements, some values. Now here arrays of pointers means collection of pointers. Okay, it is collecting pointers. Now till the slide we had only pointer variables, okay, which are 1 or 2. Now what if we want to have n number of pointers that are pointing to a collection of variables or different variables, but I don't want to change the name of the pointer. I want to keep the name of the pointer as same, but I want n number of pointers to be stored. So that's where the concept of arrays will appear and the relation can be established between array of pointers. So unlike other arrays, we can also have an array of pointers. So what do you mean by array of pointer? Basically definition is an array of pointer is an array which stores the collection of addresses. Normal array, what we will store? We will store the values, but whereas array of pointers will store the collection of addresses. Okay. Syntax, we have data type, the type of value the array of pointer is going to belong to. Asterisk indicates the pointer is been declared. An array, and it says total number of pointers that can be given. Example, int asterisk p and size is 5. So here we have different variables. A is equals to 6, B is equals to 8, C is equals to 14, D is equals to 13 and E is equals to 12 are the variables that you can see. 5 variables we have declared A, B, C, D, E. The addresses of these variables are being stored under the collection of pointers, that is array of pointers. So address of A will be stored at P of 0, that is very first address will be storing the A's address. Okay, very first element of array or pointer of array can be storing the address of A. Similarly, pointer array will be storing the next address, that is at location 1 it will be storing the address of B, and similarly C, similarly D, similarly E. When I say this is address of operator, then when I apply value at operator or in direction operator, when I say value at P of 0, P of 0 is pointing to whom? It is pointing to A. A's value is 6, so it will display me 6. Next, P of 1 is pointing to B. What is the value at B? Value at B is 8. We are not talking about address here. We are talking about value at, because the pointer is already declared. The next time when the asterisk or the pointer operator appears, it acts like an indirection operator which returns the value at the particular address that we have seen in the previous lecture. Okay, so that is how the value add can also be related. So this is the array of pointers. Similarly, how we had the relationship between pointer and array, we also have the relationship between pointers and a string. Now in C++, a string is a collection of characters that is implemented by array of characters in C++. So array of character means the character which is collection and it is implemented by arrays, that is array storing the multiple characters can be considered as a string. So pointers can also be used to point to the starting address of the string just like the pointing address of the array. Okay, when the program is compiled, the compiler saves only the name of the array because it is going to point to the address of the very first element. Now what do you call a address of the very first element of the array? We will call it as the base address. Okay, the starting address of an array is called as the base address. The base address of the array, that is the address of the starting character in the string variable, is assigned to the pointer. Automatically the pointer will be created. The pointer will have the same name as the array name, but when it is referring, we will not be using the subscript that we have seen in the array and the pointer. So pointer name is equals to string variable that is assigning the value. So take an example, character S consisting of 5 characters assigned to hello. Okay, a character pointer will be created. See, pointer is equals to string variable. String variable name is, okay. In both the ends we don't have subscripts. Okay, though the pointer will not be having subscript, but this is an array. S is an array, will not have subscript because it is storing automatically. It means that P is equals to address of S of 0. What is the statement is equivalent to? the statement is equivalent to P is equals to ampersand S of 0, that is address of very first element that is stored. So this is how the pointers are related to the string. So when I say I perform some of the operations that I can handle, we have taken the memory address 64,494 as the starting address because character will occupy 1 bytes of memory space. We have taken it as hello, S of 0, S of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So very last value will be a null indicating the termination or ending of the string. P gives the address of H, that is when I have assigned the statement P is equals to S, P will give the address of H, that is nothing but 64,494. What it is this value at P, that is value at the particular address, that is 64,494 will give me H, that is the next statement, that is value at P gives me H. S of 0 gives me H, even both are same. So P++ will increase by 1, the pointer is pointing to the very first element, okay, by this statement. Next it will be jumping to the next block, the next block address is 64,495. So P++ gives the address of E, that is the address of E, that is nothing but 64,495. Okay, value at P++, then when we begin, we don't consider the statement. After this statement, when it is pointing to 0th index, then I perform the operation, then I say value at P++ will give me E. This is how the arrays and the strings are related. So if we increase by 1 or decrease by 1, it will be pointing to the next element or to the previous element depending upon the size of the block. Okay. So we can also handle the character array using the pointer. Consider the following program. In the program we have initialized str is equals to computer. A character pointer CP has been declared, char pointer declaration CP. It is assigned to the address of str. When I say direct address of operator is not been used, okay, directly it will store the base address. What do you mean by base address? The starting address of the array. When I say cout str, using the variable name, it will give me the starting address of the str. When I say cout cp, okay, it will give me the starting address of the str. Both will give me the addresses, not the values. So here cp stores the address of str. The statement cout cp will print the address of the character with the cout as result, printing everything that the character, the first character, okay, to the last character will be null, that will be following as it is. Okay. So in the next class we'll be discussing about the relationship between pointers and string. Okay. Thank you.